What's up, everyone? This is Kenny here from Property Stories. So, I got a few people actually ask me about my thoughts on co-living, especially co-living in Malaysia, Klang Valley. Before I start, right, I want to give you a context that I'm based in Kuala Lumpur and so Klang Valley lah. So my opinions here and my sharing my thoughts are all personal and it's only based on this limited experience. All of you watching, I know you're watching from all over the world, on all over the country. You all may have a different experience, but this is what are my thoughts in. Okay, I got a question from audience member also asked me about Singapore co-living and also other places co-living. What is the what are my thoughts on it? Okay, so let's start. The first one, this word co-living is a fancy name for room rental. Most of these co-living here, they are actually room rentals. You know, and room rentals has been going on for a long time. Nowadays, to make it hip and fancy to new investor, they tell you co-living. But actually, these people don't know what the heck does co-living means at all. They're just giving you a fancy marketing to hook you in. That's it. So which brings me to the next point. What is co-living? Imagine today you are working a space, co-working space, right? You know this thing called co-working space, right? Where they don't have an office, they just rent their co-working space. Now imagine that co-working space is a living space. What do you have at a co-living place that you don't have at a normal room rental? The answer is just one word: community. The sense of community. Okay, so when you are co-working together, you have a place where you can actually hang out and get to know each other. Co-living is the same thing. You have a place where you got community events to get to know each other, play some games. That is co-living. You are living at one place, you are getting to know each other, playing, working is co-living. Okay, some people they would like to go out to co-working space, also can, but that is co-living in essence. The word community is not like normal living in room rental where you don't even know who the heck is your neighbor in the room. Okay, you just know you come back, you go in your room, and everybody is also going in the room, and you maybe sometimes at the hall, then you meet each other and have some awkward conversation. That's it. That is room rental. And then you don't leave that room unless you got friends out there or you going out lah. But this co-living, they actually have a billboard, much like a condominium, where they tell you, okay, we have a community event here. Let's just say a get together for Raya or get together for Chinese New Year, something like that, and help at this time. And what's the entrance fee? All these kind of things, and then you go there and you meet other people lah. That is co-living. I think I just give you an example to make it clearer. This is the brochure of commune co-living. This commune co-living is located in Bangsa South. It is right behind South Link and walking distance from KL Gateway Mall. Okay, in fact, there's a link bridge from KL Gateway Mall to South Link, and then you can come down right to reach this commune co-living. So, now let's look at the brochure, what they offer. This is the brochure, nicely designed brochure. More than a hotel, so that live within a community, commune co-living. So this is how the brochure looks like, commune living. Okay, you see the keyword here, live within a community. Okay, more than a hotel. Co-living is not room rentals. Okay, and it's also not a hotel. Co-living in a city, co-living concept in Bangsa South, unique community event. This is what I was sharing with you just now, and connect with each other. You get to know people. Okay, so www.coliving.com. So you can see what are the offers here. They have room types like this: 648 rooms, long and short-term stay. Guest room include Wi-Fi, everything. Okay, Dreamer series, Artist series. 17 square meters. You can see square meters, 17 square meters is about 100 over square feet. It's just like a hotel room. Okay, 1 square meter is about 10.76 if I'm not mistaken. 10.67. So it's about 100 over square feet. It's basically a hotel room. This one is even bigger. Okay, so this is how it looks like. Then there's services and recreational activity. This one is something that you have in your condominium. You do room rental, usually condominium, right? Usually you have all this cafe. This part, This part is the one that makes a co-living different from room rental. Okay, this one. You have a space where shared spaces. You can think of it like last time if you all stay in your university hostel dorm, like myself, I stay in USM dorm. Yes, we have this kind of things where we share the kitchen, we share the washing machine. Usually kitchen no lah because we got cafe, but washing machine we share, and then we have a common toilet where four rooms we share one toilet. Then one room got two people, but we don't have gym all this lah. We have co-working space. The canteen is our co-working space in USM last time. See, this is our hot desk. Okay, so you can actually live and also work at the same place. Most of the co-livings have these two together lah, integrated. Okay lah, so these are all the location and all this community kitchen. As of today, 13th of April, the recording day, the day I'm recording this, commune living is no longer offering long-term stay. Just to tell you, they are operating like a hotel now. They don't offer long-term stay. However, they do offer it at their Cheras branch. Yes, there is another commune co-living in Cheras. It's Bandar Tasik Permaisuri there. They also have a commune wellness center, which is a retirement assisted living. Okay, I haven't visited. I hope to visit. But my point here is that is what co-living is supposed to mean. If I'm not mistaken, there are a few more establishments in this Klang Valley for co-living. You will see, right, when the building is built for co-living, they are purpose built for co-living. They have the space to accommodate the extra people, and they also have the space to accommodate the activities, not like room rentals. Okay, so most of this again is glorified room rentals. So next we will see these buildings that I have mentioned. They are purpose built for this purpose. That means they are purposely built for co-living. They will account for the extra number of people. They account for the wear and tear. They will account for the community space. They also account for the working space. Modify everything, the desk, everything designed that way. It's different from your normal room rental where you do. I'm talking about high rise here lah. High rise normally at condominiums. Where got such thing? Most of it is room rentals only. There is no such thing as community space. This is also very important because when you do modifications to a building, this is my next point, you also increase the fire hazard. So now imagine, right, the units, every unit you add one or two people extra. So you increase the wear and tear. Number one. Second, it's a fire hazard, the partition. Third, it's also a security hazard. Because let's just face it, the more people you have in and out, you don't know your access card duplicated by who. People stay beside also, you don't know who. Isn't that a security hazard? I can tell you because, frankly speaking, I'm an investor as well. So I thought room rental, based on numbers, right, is really just to increase the yield, and it does. But having stayed here for 4 years, I find that it's not a place that I want to stay long term. I understand why people stay rooms for this kind of place because it's near to their workplace. It's very easy to rent out. For investors, it's perfect. But for someone who stays like me, I don't like it for reasons I just mentioned, especially the security hazard part. Because I don't know who the heck going in and out also. And my neighbors can be today one person, next day different person. I also don't know who the heck are they. Not that it matters, but at least I can, if I see them across in the corridor, at least I see a familiar face, Then today different, tomorrow different. And also I mentioned about wear and tear. The wear and tear is also increasing. So that is also another reason that I want to move out, because I can actually rent out my rooms and then get the yield here. I don't need to pay the installment. Okay, before you all go on a tangent, let me mention my house here is a 3-bedroom. I did not put a partition. Okay, room rentals, right, can be done with or without partition. If you normally room rentals, people will do partition because you can actually get a higher yield. But if you don't do a partition, you can also get a higher yield because you can sell the view. You can sell the place, any place, okay? That's a different case altogether. Today, I'm just going to talk about my thoughts on this subject of room rentals and co-living, okay? The next one is that it's a value trap. Investors, when you go in, you only see the value, the cash flow. Then you think, wow, this one got value, this one undervalued, must buy. But most of the investors don't think about exit. Gone are the days that you can hold until the day you retire and then collect cash flow from there. The world has changed so fast. Your job, your business, nothing is certain. Okay? Don't say that. The property management is the one that I'm worried about. Most of the property in here is not well managed. So if you're not well managed and you have more investors in one place than own stay, what do you think will happen? Yes, you can actually get some good capital gains along the way lah, but if it's not well managed, you won't appreciate. You will just treat it like an ATM machine that will generate cash for you every month. But remember the hassle of managing it lah. Okay? So when you want to sell, if the price, the room rentals the price is just there, stagnant there, to be affordable, right, to people, to the masses, you won't be able to fetch a higher price. The price will be stagnant. You can keep it as a nice ATM machine every month, speed money, okay? But capital appreciation, nah. Even though it's near public transport, I don't expect it to appreciate so fast. Because if it were to appreciate, it will also be out of reach for most people, and the people that really need it, you cannot buy. You can only sell to another investor. And what investors will see? Investor will see price first. Don't talk about how good you are with the investor. Same group or what? Price first. What's the price? If worth it and got potential to appreciate further, then I go in. If not, for what? I better go and buy other things. There's so many other things every day. Got so many new developments is coming up. Why should I buy your development? Alright? So this part here, value trap, is really something that a lot of people didn't think about when it comes to this kind of room rental or Airbnb or short-term stay dependent properties. Okay, these properties usually are located near public transport. Because near public transport, frankly speaking, it's really very easy to rent out. You can rent out by rooms. You can put partition, rent out more rooms. It's easy to find tenants. Okay, because as the line gets more and more, LRT3, MRT3, you get stations more and more people will be working around along that train line, and they can stay anywhere. Okay, so you also have a bigger pool of tenants, but the downside is you have a bigger competition, and that will affect your property price. I can tell you that is a value trap, because you might be able to find something along the way as you're holding, and you miss the opportunity to invest on that. Okay. When it comes to investing, only I talk very long on this, but that is how I really think about it lah. I find that it really doesn't appreciate much. My experience also came from my first house that I sold. So my first house, if you recall, is along three stations, LRT, monorail, MRT. It doesn't appreciate much also. Okay, because the most they can afford is locals. The one that I buy after this, where I'm staying now, is also the same. It's beside public transport. Next one, I talk about maintenance, neglected. Most people don't stay, so they don't care. You can see actually AGM, how many people come. They don't care because they don't stay. So along the way, right, you might face that the building may go into rundown state, and it's very hard to live. That's where the value will start dropping. Okay. The last but not least is the law. Recently, the local council, DBKL, has issued a circular banning the partition of units, residential units. I'm talking about residential units, not commercial units. Residential units, effective, I can't remember when, but this is the news. It's on the news. You can see it now. I put it on the screen. So it banned partition, and you will definitely inevitably affect the yield. Okay, since you got 4 rooms, suddenly become 3 rooms. So if you want to have close to the 4-room yield, you have to increase the price of the 3 rooms. But for those who already did a partition, then it's okay lah. For those new one cannot. Okay. I've yet to see any enforcement, but I know a lot of people actually trying to circumvent this. Maybe we should see later how they execute this, because there's so many units of condominiums even in DBKL itself, jurisdiction. So we shall see. But I think it's a good move to actually ban the partition for reasons above lah, in terms of safety, fire hazard, everything. Okay. But one more thing I think the partition will do is also to bring down the prices. Okay, developers are not stupid. When they see you making so much money, they will launch as future price. No longer future price, no, future price. And then cannot sell, they give you 30% rebate and tell you, whoa, now we got 30% rebate, balance you need. Or some cannot sell, you need go 30% rebate. Okay, what's the point? Now you ban partition D. When you buy the property in KL, you clearly can say, I cannot partition this. So the yield is supposed to be based on the full unit, rent out full unit. Okay. Or you buy a smaller unit, which is about 500 square feet, a studio unit. Most of the time, this is the preferred one. People now prefer a smaller space. Okay. So it's inevitably, indirectly, it will lower down the price for these investors, so that it will help the new ones, the younger generation who really needs a house, they can at least afford it. So far, you will not see this thing happen immediately. Okay, policies take time to take effect, but there is indirect effect on the property price. Okay, so the developers are also not stupid. They will build the smaller ones, and in fact, you can see there are more smaller units out there nowadays. People also prefer to buy smaller units than big ones with 3 rooms, 2 bathrooms. So far, this partition law circular is only DBKL, it's only local council DBKL. We don't know about the state of Selangor, what they want to do. Okay, so we shall see. However, if you are doing business, room rental business, it doesn't mean that you need to partition again. And if it's Selangor, you want to do partition, it's up to you. You can still partition because there's no law against it. Okay, you can just do partition and rent out your units, get a higher yield, especially if your property is close to a public transport, easier. Okay, so this part here where the government step in, I find that it's very, very different from Singapore. In Singapore, it's regulated. So the audience member, they asked me for Singapore. I also say I don't know anything about Singapore. But this is what Malaysia is. Malaysia do not have any regulation for that, for this room rental business, co-living business. I'm not sure. I have not seen any legislation or laws that is governing this homestay, room rentals, Airbnb. Mostly it's just a platform law. Dispute also you go to tribunal, if I'm not mistaken, consumer tribunal. And room rentals, they'll be treating it just like normal rental. You want to evict the tenant, everything is all the normal process. That stamp tenancy agreement, all normal process. Okay. So to show you right how the government of Singapore actually does this, there's actually a video done by the Singapore Land Authority on this matter. They are actually regulating the co-living space. They're regulating now. So I'm going to leave that video down in the description down below for you to watch, because after I watch, I also find this very interesting. It could actually benefit a lot, especially those young ones who come to KL and needs a place to stay. Instead of staying some atas co-living space, they got some proper co-living space that is managed by the government and local council to rent out to them. I think that is be better. Okay, or even foreigners, you can charge higher. So by now you might be saying, wow, Kenny, why your thoughts on co-living so negative one? It's not, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to be clear, it's not my thoughts on co-living. My thoughts on gimmick marketing, that is what I cannot stand. These people do not know what is the meaning of co-living in the first place, and they tell you it's co-living. But it's actually just room rental. Room rental, there's nothing wrong with it. People have been renting rooms since the day go, even before this co-living term become hipster and become famous. Okay, become a trend, and then people are start riding on a trend without knowing what the heck does the word co-living means. Even management companies, room rental management companies, also has been around for a long time. These days, there are companies that specifically just run room management and homestay for you, and they share profit with you. Okay, but I want to digress. I just want to share with you the experience, my personal experience renting rooms. I've been staying in rooms since my early university days until I graduated. Okay, it has taught me a lot about the community. It has taught me a lot about how to share. Yeah, and be considerate. You use the toilet already, make sure you clean it properly because the next person need to use it. Okay, and if you go toilet, also don't hog so long. People need to use it. You go to washing machine, make sure you remember your things to take. People need to use the washing machine. Okay, even when I come to Kuala Lumpur, PJ actually, I stayed in PJ SS2 to be exact for 10 years renting rooms. This is the same experience. You need to be considerate. Park, double park, you need to make sure you're at home lah. You don't double park behind your housemate and then you go off somewhere and never come back. People want to go out emergency, how? So those are the things that it taught me a lot. Increase the rent, or maybe like the house need to maintain the house rules. Don't simply bring in people. Those are things that you need to learn and be considerate. Okay, so the biggest one, the biggest point, right, for renting a room is that when I rent a room, I save so much money. Okay, I get to invest that money in stocks and also real estate. It's really different from actually owning your house and paying outright for your house. A lot of your money go out. Okay, that is the biggest benefit of having room rental, because accommodation, ladies and gentlemen, accommodation is usually our biggest form of expenses. That one big expense every month is accommodation. So room rental will reduce a lot of that. That is why, no matter what, this room rental will be popular. I can understand that, because I myself, if I were to go back to that time, or even now myself, okay, when I want to have an option of having something lower commitment like now, I can go back to room renting, downgrade. Okay, when things are tight and all, I can downgrade. That's what I'm trying to say. So I hope that gives you a balanced view on what I'm trying to share with you a little bit about co-living versus room rental. Actually, most of it is gimmick. But like I mentioned earlier in the video, I've seen more and more developers developing this co-living concept. And frankly speaking, I hope to see that it will be a success. This mostly co-living concept, right, will allow us as a resident to mingle around and not be so lonely in this journey, whether it's life or business. At least we have some people to interact with, not behind just the phone or behind the screen like that. Okay lah, I think I spoke too much. I want to go to the gym, then let's go and wrap this video up lah. So if you are watching this, I hope it helps. This is my personal thoughts. There's nothing against room rental per se, or even the operators. Okay, I work with operators of room rentals as well, and also homestay as well. Okay, so there's nothing against it. What I'm against is trying to hoodwink people, giving marketing trends, and then trying to be deceptive. That's what I'm against. Again. Okay, let me finish my coffee. I go gym, come back. I need to continue work. See you in the next video. This is Kenny here from Property Stories. Bye bye.